Join me for a story that will bring you calm, rest, and gentle dreams. Marigold and the King Witch of the Village. This story is about Marigold and Kawaii, who form a heartwarming friendship and transform their village together. In a picturesque village, nestled in a lush valley, there lived a gentle soul named Marigold. Marigold had golden hair that flowed like sunlight, and eyes that sparkled with curiosity. She spent her days tending to the vibrant gardens that surrounded her quaint cottage. One day, as Marigold was gathering herbs, she noticed an unfamiliar, enchanting aroma wafting through the air. Following the scent, she came upon a hidden path leading deep into the forest. There, she discovered a small, charming cottage that she had never seen before. Its walls were adorned with ivy and flowers bloomed in every hue imaginable. Curious, Marigold knocked on the door. To her surprise, it was opened by a kind-faced witch named Kawaii. Unlike the witches of old tales, Kawaii was warm-hearted and always wore a smile. She invited Marigold in and offered her a cup of calming chamomile tea. As they sipped their tea, Kawaii explained that she had recently moved to the village to use her magic to help the villagers. She could make plants grow faster, heal minor illnesses, and even mend broken hearts with her potions. Marigold and Kawaii quickly became friends. The villagers soon learned of their newfound friendship and welcomed Kawaii with open arms. Together, Marigold and Kawaii worked tirelessly to make the village a better place. They organized monthly gatherings where Kawaii would prepare delightful potions to enhance the villagers' lives. Marigold taught everyone how to cultivate their gardens with love and care. The village flourished with their combined efforts. Flowers bloomed brighter, crops yielded bountiful harvests, and the villagers were healthier and happier than ever. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky with hues of pink and orange, Marigold and Kawaii stood at the edge of the village, admiring their handiwork. "Thank you for being my friend," Marigold said softly. Kawaii smiled warmly and replied, "Thank you for believing in me." Under the twilight sky, a new star appeared, symbolizing the bond of their friendship and the magic they brought to their village. Now, we continue with another gentle story. Silver Bell and Buttercup, a tale of friendship. This story is about Silver Bell and her brave puppy Buttercup, who forged an unbreakable bond of friendship through acts of kindness and bravery in a quaint village. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between verdant hills, there lived a gentle soul named Silver Bell. She was known for her kind disposition and her ever-present smile that could light up even the gloomiest of days. In this village, there was also a brave little puppy named Buttercup. Buttercup had a golden coat that shone like the sun and a heart as brave as a knight. One crisp autumn day, Silver Bell decided to take a walk through the forest that bordered the village. The leaves crunched beneath her feet as she wandered deeper into the woods, humming a sweet melody. Suddenly, she heard a faint whimpering sound coming from behind the thicket. Curious, she approached cautiously and discovered Buttercup tangled in some old vines. The hairless heart melted at the sight of the frightened puppy. With gentle hands, she freed him from the entanglement. Buttercup looked up at her with wide, grateful eyes and wagged his tail in joy. From that day on, Silver Bell and Buttercup became inseparable friends. They spent their days exploring the village, playing in the fields, and even helping the villagers with their daily chores. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. One winter's evening, a heavy snowstorm hit the village. The winds howled fiercely and the snow piled high, making it difficult for the villagers to leave their homes. Silver Bell, worried about everyone's safety, gathered supplies and decided to check on her elderly neighbor, Ansetmos. Willow, Buttercup, brave as ever, insisted on accompanying her. Together, they trudged through the thick snow, facing the biting cold. When they finally reached Menshi, Willow's cottage, they found her shivering by the fireplace, with only a dwindling supply of wood. Silverbell and Buttercup quickly sprang into action. Buttercup found a broken door nearby, and used his strength to drag it to the fireplace for additional fuel. Silverbell wrapped Mimims, Willow in a warm blanket, and prepared a hot meal. Their combined efforts, they managed to keep Menchis, Willow safe and warm throughout the storm. The villagers were deeply moved by Silverbell and Buttercup's bravery and kindness. They celebrated their heroic deeds by hosting a grand feast once the storm had passed. The bond between Silverbell and Buttercup was unwavering and served as an inspiration to everyone in the village. Their friendship taught the villagers the true meaning of compassion and unity. With each adventure and challenge they faced, Silverbell and Buttercup's love for one another only seemed to deepen, reminding everyone that the strongest bonds are forged in kindness and bravery. Here's another gentle tale to bring you comfort. William and Flax, the Tale of Belonging. This story is about William, a boy searching for belonging, and an enchanted meadow named Flax, who together discover true belonging through their bond. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young boy named William. William often felt like a puzzle piece that didn't quite fit. His heart longed for a place where he truly belonged. One sunny afternoon, he wandered into the singing meadow, a magical place where the grass swayed in harmony with the wind and the flowers sang soft lullabies. The meadow's name, Flax, came from the enchanting blue flowers that grew abundantly. Though beautiful, the meadow was lonely, having no one to appreciate its wonders. William lay down on the soft grass, listening to the meadow's gentle songs and feeling an overwhelming sense of peace. Flax noticed William's presence and whispered through the breeze, "Why are you sad, dear child?" William replied, "If I down with it, no," we replied, "then I don't know where I belong." The meadow hummed thoughtfully before responding, "Yeah, perhaps you belong right here with me." Each night, William visited Flax, sharing his joys and sorrows. In return, Flax showered him with melodies that lifted his spirits. They formed an unspoken bond, one that filled the voids in each other's hearts. As seasons changed, William grew tall and strong, while Flax blossomed more vibrantly than ever. The village noticed the transformation in both. One day, he spotted a lost traveler in the village. William guided the traveler to the singing meadow, introducing him to Flax. The traveler, enchanted by the meadow's beauty, joined William in caring for Flax. More villagers visited, and the once lonely meadow turned into a haven of warmth and belonging. Years passed, and the bond between William and Flax only grew stronger. They realized belonging wasn't about finding a place, but creating one. And in that meadow, with songs in their hearts and love surrounding them, they knew they had found their true home. The end. Let's wander further with our next story. Essay and the Helpful Spry Camellia. This story is about a young girl named Katie, who finds magic and friendship in the whispering woods with a sprite named Camellia. In the serene village of Miziho, nestled within rolling emerald hills, lived a young girl named Kitty. Kate was beloved by everyone for her kindness and her boundless curiosity. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink, she wandered into the Whispering Woods, a place known for its enchanting beauty, but also for the magical creatures it harbored. As Katie walked deeper into the forest, The trees seemed to bend and whisper secrets in a language only the woods understood. Suddenly, a soft glow caught her eye. As she followed the light until she found herself in front of the most beautiful flower she had ever seen, a bright pink camellia, glowing softly in the dusky light. Curious, Katy reached out to touch it, but before her fingers could make contact, a tiny sprite appeared. "Hello, Katy," said the sprite in a melodic voice. Startled, Katy drew back. "How do you know my name?" she asked. "I am Camellia, a helpful sprite, who watches over these woods," the sprite replied. "Things have been observing you, and I see you have a pure heart. Would you like to see some magic, Katy?" Eddie said. Eyes sparkled with excitement as she nodded. Camellia waved a tiny hand, and the camellia flower began to swirl and glow, transforming the surrounding woods into a luminous wonderland. Butterflies with wings like stained glass fluttered through the air, and the trees bore fruits that shimmered like jewels. "Oh, it's beautiful," Kate explained, her laughter ringing through the trees. The two new friends spent hours exploring the magical forest, talking and laughing. Camellia showed Katy how to talk to the animals, how to hear the trees' whispers, and even how to make flowers bloom with a song. But as all good things must come to an end, the night grew late and it was time for Katy to return home. "Will I see you again, Camellia?" Katy asked hopefully. "Whenever you need me, just call my name," Camellia said with a smile. Katy hugged the sprite tightly before waving goodbye and heading home, her heart filled with the magic and friendship she had found in the Whispering Woods. Every now and then, the villagers would see Katy walking towards the forest with a special sparkle in her eyes, knowing she was off to visit her magical friend. And whenever Katy was troubled or lonely, a soft glow would appear to guide her, reminding her that magic and friendship were never too far away. Thank you for being here. May you rest well.